Realize it back then, but my exhaustion wasn't laziness, it was quiet revenge waiting to happen. If you've ever felt like weekends are just recovery rooms for workplace trauma, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle in. Because this isn't just a story about stress, it's about the moment I finally said, no more, and took my time. And every Friday night, without fail, I'd stare at the clock like it had betrayed me. 9 p.m, I should feel free. But instead, I felt stuck. Half of me wanted to push, be productive, go for a long run, fix my life. The other half just wanted to disappear under a blanket and pretend I didn't exist. 2 days were never enough to undo the damage of 5. 5 days of Slack pings, Zoom fatigue, performative professionalism. 5 days of being on. Even working from home didn't spare me. It just blurred. The lines turned my bedroom into a battlefield. I wasn't living, I was coping. I remember one weekend in particular. Friday night, I'd planned a reset. Routine: wake up early, do a long run, clean my apartment, prep meals, call my mum. But Saturday came and I didn't move. My body felt like lead, my mind static. I sat on the couch with my laptop open, pretending I was about to be productive. Just existing. 3 hours later, I was still scrolling, not shopping, not reading, staring, breathing, waiting for something to change. And the worst part, I hated myself for it. Every minute I wasn't doing something, I could hear the voices. Lazier, weak, you'll never get ahead like this. But those voices weren't mine. Not really. They belonged to my old boss, Mark, Mr. Hustle Culture himself. The guy who bragged about answering emails at 2 a.m. like it was a personality trait. Every Monday he'd ask, "So, what did you accomplish this weekend?" Like rest was failure. Like burnout was a badge of honor. One time, when I mentioned I'd just stayed in and rested, he smirked and said, "Must be nice to have no ambition." Because I was ambitious, I just couldn't keep up with the never-ending sprint anymore. It wasn't one big moment. It was slow, like mental sandpaper, just enough friction every day to weigh you down without you noticing until you're rebleeding. And one Friday night, something snapped. I stared at my to-do list, then at the mirror. I looked like a ghost wearing sweatpants, tired. Pale eyes sunken, spirit absent. That's when I whispered something out loud I'd never said before. I don't want this life. Not the job, not the pressure, not the guilt-soaked weekends. I was done letting capitalism guilt-trip me out of my rest. That was the moment the real revenge began. Revenge doesn't always look like fire and fury. Sometimes, it's just choosing yourself every day until it becomes a rebellion. So I made a pact with myself. Every weekend, for 90 days, I would do what my body and mind needed, not what my guilt demanded. Sometimes that meant waking up at noon, sitting in silence with coffee for an hour, going outside without my phone, reading a book and not posting about it. I came back to life. Ignoring LinkedIn, it felt like shedding armor I didn't even know I was wearing. And slowly, the funny thing about choosing rest, you stop running and you start seeing. I realized how toxic Mark's culture was, how much of my ambition was fear-driven, so I updated my resume. Not to hustle, but to escape. Applied to a few companies that actually advertised work-life balance. Landed an interview with a place where the hiring manager literally said, "We respect weekends. No Slack after hours, period." 3 weeks later, I had the offer in hand. Remote, better salary, more time, actual respect. And Mark, when I resigned, he replied with, "Didn't expect you to make moves like this. Best of luck." That sentence told me everything I needed to know. He never thought I'd leave. He thought I'd burn out quietly, that I'd stay loyal to a system that fed on my exhaustion. But I didn't. I got out. I healed, and now, my weekends aren't escape hatches, they're sacred ground. And every Friday night, I no longer debate what I should do. I ask myself what I want to feel, and I follow that. That's my revenge. Not loud, but lasting. Sometimes the best revenge is unproving them wrong, living in a way that makes their opinion irrelevant. And tired people deserve peace, too. If this story hit you in the gut, if V ever been guilt-tripped for needing rest, smash that like button and share your story in the comments. Let's rewrite the rules of hustle culture one tired soul at a time. And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories of quiet justice and emotional comebacks.